In this video I'm going to make a new silicone mould, and this was my first attempt. It works fine, but it has a lot of flaws. Walls are all full of air bubbles, they're really thin, and it wasn't deep enough because I only made it 18mm square, so I think it's time that I made a new one. First, work out what size you want. I wanted mine to fit in my pressure pot, so I wanted it to be 130mm by 160, so I cut the bottom to be 170 by 200 out of 18mm MDF. Then I cut strips of 18mm MDF for the sides to 35mm tall, and cut 2 at 130 and 2 at 200mm to make the side of the mould. And I cut a length of 25mm MDF to 20mm tall and cut 4 bits to 135. These are going to be the bits that form the blanks. To put a fill line on the mould, I measure 20mm up the form, the blank, and mark it. You can cut it with a handsaw, but I've got a bandsaw so I use that. It only needs to be 1mm deep. The next step isn't critical, but if you want your mould to be super smooth you need to do it, and it doesn't take that long. Sand your blank form sides with 240 grit sandpaper to get rid of all the saw marks, and sharp edge the opposite side to the side you put your fill line on. This will make your mould last longer. Then put a thin layer of CA glue on the sanded side of your forms. A quick squirt with activator and sand again with 240 grit sandpaper. Time to screw the whole thing together. Just space everything out evenly to make it look nice when it's finished. Remember to pre-draw everything because you do not want to split the MDF. Don't pre-drill the wrong side. Next is to mix the silicone. Make sure there are no streaks left at all and it is one solid colour. A degassing chamber is really handy before you start pouring, but if you mix it gently and pour the silicone from a height into your mould, you will get rid of most of the air bubbles. With your mixing stick you can pop all the remaining air bubbles that float to the surface. Don't worry if you don't mix up enough silicone in the first go. Silicone sticks to itself really easily, so you can just mix up some more and pour it straight in. If you've got a palm sander or bench grinder or anything else that vibrates a little bit when it's on, put your silicone mould on it to get all the trapped air bubbles to rise to the top. Make sure your mould is level when it sets. I've just shimmed mine up with little bits of sandpaper. After 24 hours we can take all the screws out and see what we've made. You can see the sides are super smooth and our little fill lines have come out really well as well. With a knife or a sharp chisel you can remove the flashings. You will need a sharper chisel than the one I am using here. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Now it's just time to test it out. If you would like to see some more videos, please like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions feel free to leave them in the comments.